Hi, my name is Barnabas Gale. I'm from Walls University, and this is my final project for my subject Internet History in Technology and Security. So, uh, I have selected the topics becoming a data analytics in 2025 and 2026. So, before jumps into this question, let's understand what is data analytics. Uh, Oh, what is data? Data is the collection of information. It can be variety of forms like text, numbers, media, images, and bytes, etc. So what does data analytics do? Data analytics collects the data, cleans the data, and interprets the data to help organize our companies make a better decision. And they build reports and create a dashboard and explain the use using the tools like the Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Python, and R, etc. Their job is not by the numbers about storytelling, but their job is to make problem solving. So there are two types of data we need to understand: structured data and unstructured data. Structured data are the organized data and is ready to use, whereas unstructured data is not organized and is not ready to use. So why start a career in data analytics now? The demand for the data analytics and continues to grow. Companies that need people who can turn the raw data into useful insight. According to the job trend, data analytics roles are expected to increase steadily through 2026 as more organizations adopt the AI, automation, and cloud computing. Business wants the data analytics who can work with these new technologies and trans- translate the technology into a simple explanation for the this better decision making. So the skill that needs for the data analytics, basic statistics and problem solving, and SQL for working with the databases, and Excel for the quick analysis, and Power BI Tableau for the data visualization. And also we need to have a strong communication skills to explain the insight clearly. Okay, what are the steps that involved for the statistical analysis? So define the problems or research a question, identify what you want to study or solve after a clear question guides at the rest of analysis, data collection, gather the relevant data from the surveys, databases, sensors, experiment or company records, clean the data cleaning, prepare the data and dataset by handling the missing values, removing the duplicates, and correcting the data types and fixing the outliers. Exploratory data analytics (EDA) use the summary statistics and data visualization to understand the patterns, trends, and anomalies in the data. Data transformation modify the structured data through the normalization, encoding, aggregation, or feature creation. Hypothesis transformation create a null and alternative hypothesis based on the research question and EDA insight. Statistical testing apply the statistical tests such as the t-test, jQuery test, and ANOVA, correlation and regression. Interpretation of the result explain the p-values, confidence intervals, and the test statistics in the clear and simple language. Draw a conclusion, summarize the findings, state whether hypotheses are supported, and discuss implication. Draw documentation, uh, analyze process, report making, create structure report with the introduction, methods, and results, data visualization, and recommendation. Let's understand the SQL roadmaps for the data analytics. SQL foundation, how to understand, need to understand the DDML data uh, cell language, how to insert or delete the tables, and also dat- DDL, data definition language, how to create a table database, and so on. And need to understand the SQL data types. There are different types of data in the SQL, like NVarchar, Varchar, char, and char, and also have to know about the aggregation, how to find the maximum, minimum sum from the SQL tables using the aggregation function, and also need to understand the joins. There's different types of joins in the SQL, like left join, outer join, full join, and so forth. And also you need to understand the subqueries and CTEs and case in the SQL. Okay. And also how to filter the data, sorting the data using the select statement, from clause, where clause, and group by, and order by, like that. And also need to understand the window function, like uh, dance function, row number function, leads function, and so on. And also understand the user defined function, like a scalar function, inline table value function, and multi-line table value functions, and so on. And also need to understand how to clean the data and date functions in the SQLs. Let's see the Excel roadmaps for the data visualization. Need to understand the basic skills in Excel, and also how to use the Excel formulas and data cleanings in the Excel, and also data analyze skills, and also how to use the data visualization, how to make a good reports, KPI or export, and how to use the chart, bar chart, pie chart, and so on. And Excel for the business report, how to make a good reports in Excel. And also we need to have a good advanced Excel skills, and also Excel automation. Let's understand the Power BI skills for the roadmap. So you need to understand the basic Power BI, like how to retrieve the data from the Excel, how to retrieve it from the SQL Server, and how to retrieve the data from the CSV file, and also need to clean the data using the Power Query, data modeling, and how to use the DAX function, and the data visualization, how to use the data, how to create the uh, like chart, bar chart, maps, and reports and dashboards. And you need to have a Power BI service knowledge. And Power BI have advanced. You need to have a advanced Power BI and need to be able to create a uh, reports in Power BI. Uh, Roadmaps for the improving communication skill. As we know that we need to have a good skills in the communication. Let's see one by one. Understand your current skills. Assess your strength and weakness in the speaking, writing, listening. Seek the feedback from the peers or the mentors to identify the areas to improve, and develop the active listening. Focus on the speaker without interpreting. So the understanding through notes, verbal acknowledgement, or summarizing, and need to summarize what was said. Avoid thinking about your response while listening. Extend your vocabulary and language skills. New new words and phrases for to express the ideas clearly. Practice proper grammar, tone, and sentence structure. Read a book, articles, or was informative content regularly. And practice clear and concise speaking. Organize your thoughts before speaking. Avoid filler words like like, or use the example or story to explain the complex ideas. Improve on non-verbal communication. Maintain the eye contact and open the body structures. Use the gesture to emphasize the points but avoid overdoing them. Pay attention to the facial expression and the tone of voice. Build confidence. Practice speaking in front of mirrors or recording yourself. Join a small group, public speaking clubs. Start with a small conversation and gradually handle a large audience. Adapt to your audience. Consider the listeners' backgrounds, interests, and acknowledge knowledge. Use the language and examples that are reliable to them. Ad- Adjust your tone and style depending on the setting, formal versus casual. Practice writing skills. Write emails, reports, journals to organize your thoughts. Use the clear structured sentence with the proper pronunciation or punctuation. Review and edit your writing for clarity. And seek feedbacks and reflect. Ask for the constructive feedbacks on your communication. Reflect on the conversation and identify what works or didn't work. Continuous refine your approach. And the final step is uh, continuous learning. Attend the workshops, online courses, observe the skilled communicators, practice daily communication, improve with the times. So finally, I can say that practice man makes a perfect. Thank you.